That is one of the worst things about modern society is that people can't be trusted to just have a normal turn for your faucet. How far have we sunk that at gas stations and places, you have to wash your hands with a push because there are people out there who can't be bothered to turn off the faucet. And we all have to live in this world. It's the cart return conundrum.
You know what? I would rather have the push that you described.
You return your carts?
Sensor.
Always.
The sensor that you wave around and like do a little jig, maybe Running Man, try to get it to work. Just me.
It could be. Could work.
Kyle, when you return that cart, you're taking food right out of that cart man's mouth when you do that. You know what happens? You know what would happen if everyone returned their carts like Good Guy Taylor? The cart man would be out of a job. Okay, you know what I do with my cart?
His job is to bring the carts from outside back into the fucking store, dumbass, not to collect it.
And the harder that job is, the more laborious, the more difficult and time consuming it is, the more hours the man gets, the more money he makes.
That's the same reason sometimes all trip waiters was they're bringing food to the table.
I'm a job creator.
He takes his Home Depot carts and brings them to Lowe's and vice versa. It's just that's to make busy
Sometimes
work.
Kyle doesn't even need to go shopping. He just goes there and he pushes them around.
I go and I push all the carts up into the grass and toss them in the woods down below. And look, he's out there for hours. I see him. I sit across the street at the other store and I watch him through binoculars while he works.
We learned verifiably, Kyle and I are both smug bitch assholes. And one thing I am a smug bitch about is I am smug about returning carts. I always return my cart. When I see somebody do that, leaning it up on the island, I fucking hate that. I hate that.
Is there any excuse for that? What if it's pouring rain?
Just walk and return it. It's like, it doesn't take long.
I asked you a question.
There's no excuse. Just do it.
There is no torrential downpour that will dissuade you from returning that cart, even though you know it might go away later and a cart man might be able to return it in the sunny. Really? What if it's not?
What I didn't tell you is that I park always in the handicap space. And so, which is right next to the cart return, and that's they call that beating karma. They call that a net neutral on karma. As you park in.
I take it a step further. I park in the cart return just to fuck with people like Taylor.
I park directly in front of the cart return. You shut my car, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is this a mentally handicapped guy trying to get by? I'm boxing him out. Oh, you're gonna have to want it. You gotta want these carts. I'm a job creator." Show me.
I return them, but I'll admit there have been times when, like, it was raining and I propped that shit up somewhere. I was just like, I'm not getting soaked over whatever. Like, I ran out of there. I've definitely left it before, but it's not a practice.
One thing I will do is I'll like ghost ride it into the return, and if it doesn't like go into the next cart or whatever, I just call it good.
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
I'll be honest. I try to hit it from as far away as possible.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever sometimes there's like 5 of them that aren't quite lined up in there already? You ever try and you just throw it in there hard? You're like, I'm going to try and re-rack as many as I can into there.
But then that gate pops out at the end and you just shove 15 shopping carts down a hill. You got to run for it now.
They're fucking taking my carts, Rick.